What happened?
What's up, Rod?
Did you let go of the training brake there? Did it plug?
Well, I hit the buttons and then I'm done, and it starts down, and then it stopped, and I'm like,
there you go.
I didn't stop. What happened? I didn't do anything.
What's up, Shannon Wise? I see Shannon Wise and Matt Ray watching. He's got his fingers crossed. What's going on?
Matt Ray, how's it going, Matt?
You ready for the snow?
No, I'm never ever ready for the
on me?
snow.
What's going on? What is going on? You're yawning on me. So, you ready for the snow? You know who's wanting it to snow right now? Oh, Cameron Marsoff at Luxury Lawn Care. He's just filling up those trucks. You know what I mean? Got that diesel in there, and just going to town on that. Just waiting for the snow to come in.
I was thinking about him today. Is he in Kansas, or is he in Georgia, or on his way to Georgia? Is he racing down there this weekend?
A little early for that, isn't it?
Is it this week? Isn't it?
No.
Is that next week? Oh,
yeah.
It's next week. Never mind.
That's okay. This week, next week, the next week. You know, hey, 220, 221. You know, whatever it takes. You know.
Well, this is also Tuesday night, not Sunday night. That's
Tuesday night. Got the Mel Hambelton boys coming in a little later, man. What's up, Darren? I see Darren Brian Wise watching. Nic Baalman.
Jim Lauer.
Whoop, whoop.
You're going to go to bed tonight thinking it's Sunday and then think tomorrow's Monday.
Right. Still got to go to work, don't we?
Yes.
Hey, did your company call you and say you didn't have to come in?
Nope. Not at all.
Yeah.
Gary's ready to get this race season started.
Oh, man, you ain't lying. Let's get something started.
I'm ready for the cold to go away and the snow to melt because it's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want snow.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Mm-mm.
Tiffany told me she was going to go in and do some snow angels before the show started. She was in the green room. That's what she said she's going to go do later on.
She did that last time too.
What I heard.
She went for a walk in the pond. The moon was really bright, and she came walking in here with just covered in snow. I was like, man, did you fall down? Darren says, I joined Facebook for the comments. YouTube is a clearer picture.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
Well, did you have a good week?
Yeah. Well, it's only Tuesday, but
Well, I'm talking about last week. Work on the car.
Oh yeah, last week. Yeah, still doing garage projects. Yeah. Yep. I snuck out to Ultra Color after work yesterday and checked out my car. Took a couple pictures. We'll pull them up in a second.
Yeah, hey, Gary, don't forget. It's because they're ultra. Don't forget that. Yeah, ultra color. Ultra color. I see Carl Jones watching.
Carl, hey, Carl. Hello, Mr. Carl.
Nice.
Yep.
I bet you'll be out of Mel Hambelton this weekend.
Carl. Yep, there he is. What's up, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yeah, and it's going to get really cold too again.
How'd it look?
It looked good. Logan is plugging away on it. He said it won't be too much longer. He's knocking it out. I think he's got to do the wing yet. Going to mount the wing.
Right on.
But getting the headlights fit, just picking away at it, making it look good.
Nice. Yeah. Won't be long. You have to bring some pictures on. Let's check it out.
Yep. I got some. There's Brian Wise. Evening, fellas. Hey, happy birthday, Brian Wise.
Birthday, boy.
Right.
Yep. Oh, man, look at that.
Carl's going to save him some money on a deal and get him a
helmet.
Get him a helmet.
Yeah.
It's a good time to pick up a helmet.
No kidding, man. They got a great selection out there. I was out there the other day getting some fittings. I was looking at those helmets and gloves and racing suits. They were getting ready to get all set up. I was like, guys, next weekend's open house. Oh, yeah, I know. We got to get to work. I wonder what kind of food they're going to have. We're going to have to bring them boys on and ask them. I'll be first in line for the food.
Got all kinds of questions.
Yeah.
We need to know.
They had the food at PRI, didn't they, with that popcorn machine?
They had the popcorn, made the whole place smell like fresh popcorn.
Yes, that was awesome. There's old Al watching.
Al, hey Al Stonewetter.
Yes,
we'll see
sir.
Al too Saturday, right? Unless their plans have changed. Al, you guys still coming over?
Yeah.
To the open house?
Hand out some Titans flyers there. It's going to be a good time.
Yep, there's Doug Perry.
Right on. Man, getting all the killers out here.
That's right. How about you? How was your last week and weekend?
It was good. Got a lot of work done on the car, getting the carpet back in on the tubs, and I don't know if I sent any picture overs on that, but got the parachute cable coming, got it in.
Oh yeah, you did send.
Carl Jones. Did you see that?
Oh, you boys always worried about the food. That's right.
That's right, man. You go racing with Carl Jones, you're going to eat good. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, only know what you mean by the pictures we see.
Exactly.
I mean, we're gonna have to go crash a bracket race or convince Carl to come heads up racing.
I think we need to do the second.
I do too.
I do too. Man, I was telling Nic Baalman the other day that we need to go to one of those races. I'm sure they eat good. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I bet.
Out at the Roundy Round events, that's going to be awesome. They got a new car. We'll have to see. They're going to show it off on Saturday.
Yep, we'll see it.
Yep. Oh, all right. Larry's coming, so that'll work.
Okay. Larry says he's coming. Al says he has 2 birthday parties in St. Louis.
Nice.
All right. Well, we'll see Larry then.
Cool. So Logan was doing good, huh? That's awesome.
Yep. Logan was doing good. He said it won't be much longer, and I'm not really interested in doing nothing out in the weather the next few days, so that's just fine.
He's gonna call your phone and say, "Come pick it up. It's ready."
No. No.
5 inches of snow. Come on, get
not interested. Not interested.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's you seen your picture of the cable wrapped the cable in the package, and you got a new handle. Did you get a new handle?
I sure did.
I should have snagged a picture for the show. It was really cool looking stuff. Is that from Stroud? All that?
It's from Stroud. Oh yeah. Stroud safety first. And but I'll get it installed, get some pictures out to you. For next week and that sort of thing. And hopefully, if all the stars line up, I ain't going to say anything. I got some good pictures coming by next weekend too. We'll see.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I know that's right. Right.
Yep. Just have to see if it all works out and all lines up.
Yeah. No big deal. We'll play it out. Gonna be limited ready.
That's right.
Right on.
Actually, yeah. Yep. That's coming up real quick, man.
April 5th-ish.
April 5th is the first heads up at MAD.
There you go.
So from this weekend, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 6 working Saturdays.
Okay.
And that's not very long, is it?
Burn some vacation.
Oh man.
Cool.
Okay, so the 1st of April sounds like a long ways off now, but when you say you've got 6 working weekends, that sounds different.
Sounds like it's got a different ring to it.
Oh man, yeah. 6 isn't very many. All right, you ready to roll through some
photos
and stuff here? Let's give a shout out to our partners for 2025 Mid-America Dragway, our marketing partners in 2025 Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, Mobile Recon, Mobile Detailing, Sandland Iron and Metal Auto Salvage, and Harry Street Carpet. Thank you guys for being super awesome partners with us in 2025.
Nice. Great work. Appreciate all the support you're doing without them.
That's right. Al says, I heard all the good food was going to be in the Gary and Hot Rod podcast booth.
Man, I ain't got much over here today, We'll see. But we need to do a show live. That's what we got to do. That's on a bucket list. Maybe next year. PR,
yeah, really.
You know what I mean? God.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Well, let me scoot us over here.
All right.
I said we're gonna bring this up every time until it comes. So this is happening this weekend, and this is why we have Nick and Phil tonight.
Yeah.
Mel Hambelton Racing Open House, February 15th, coming up in a few days.
Oh yeah, can't wait to talk about that. I think I've been there the last 4 times. We'll have to ask them how many they've done total.
Yeah.
But lucky enough a couple years back to get my car in there, so that worked out cool.
Yep. Was that 2 or was that 3? Did we decide?
And did we decide?
I
want to say it was 3. It might have been 3.
Is it 3?
2 ago. This will be the 3rd, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I think they got something new to show us too. I think this picture might be old. You know.
Yeah.
And, I was telling Nic Baalman offline. I said, "Listen, are bracket racers allowed to come to the event? All I see is roundy round cars on this. I don't know. You know, are drag racers allowed?" And he said they were. So I confirmed that. You know what I mean?
Send out the word.
Send out the word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool.
We could have photoshopped your car in there or something like that. A little late.
Well, we could have photoshopped that one in there, doing a wheelie, doing a burnout.
Yeah. There you go. Put a 10,000 RPM burnout audio clip on it.
There you go.
All right.
Cool.
Yep. Well, I mentioned went and checked out my car yesterday, and Logan's working on getting the hood fit. It looks like the hood was in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
He's got the nose fastened at the lower portion of the fender in front of the tire there. Cool. He had to bond in some like a bolt there to fasten that stuff together because that's not going to come apart no more like it used to.
Mm-hmm.
So he's working on that. I took him a brand new set of headlights. He wanted the headlights to get them, cut in and trimmed in. They're a little fat when they show up, and they got some excess to custom trim in, so they look right.
Nice.
So he was working on that. He's been working on the hatch. Hatch was out of whack a little bit from Dan and from a little bit of my grinding. So he's a little bit. It was a little error on Dan's side on the scribe line, and I stopped just in time. But Logan's got that pretty much fixed up. Got it squared back up along the bottom, and but he's got the top fit where it opens and shuts. The gap is good. He's
right on.
He's cruising right along. Yep.
Right on. Look at that.
He's got to put the wing on yet. Yeah, that bottom chunk that looks different. That's where he added on. Yeah, he added material on. And he's in the process of squaring it up now. So
yeah,
he said he's almost done with that. So
limited ready. Look at that. Now tell everybody where this car's at again.
Ultra color.
Nice.
Collision and paint and repair.
Nice.
All the above.
Metcalf's.
Jason Metcalf and Logan Metcalf's shop.
Heck yeah. Well, you're in good hands.
Yep, sure is.
Right on. Oh, look at the hood.
We're working on the headlights. Got the hood half of the hole for the turbo hole yet there to cut in, but no biggie. That's a pretty easy piece.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Wow, good.
Yeah, and I was looking at where he has the hood fit, and man, the direction I was going with it was not going to turn out good.
That's why you give it to the experts. You know what I mean?
Oh man, yeah.
The experts. You spend all that time or spend all that money, and you wait for this thing to come in. You waited.
Yeah.
It seemed like a long time, and then you and then that's yeah. You don't want to.
Strange.
That's pretty good.
It's interesting. I don't know who that is.
So, but anyway, cool.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yep. So it'd be cool.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
I wish that hood was like half the size.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It'd be all right. Because I don't need all that hood, but that's just how they are. So
sure. No,
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. Nope, sounds good. It looks good too, and I know in a week or so you'll get that back and on to the next little drop off there. You know what I mean? I got that one. I saw who it was. You're good. And
who is it?
Then going to go to another shop and then on to get some paint work, right?
Yep. It's going to go to Keith's shop for a little bit of stuff, a little bit of project, and it's going to go up and get some panels painted.
Oh, is that right?
So, yeah.
Can't stop it.
So yeah, that's where it's at. That's what's happening, and that's doing that. I'm working on garage projects still, so it's all good.
Right on.
I had a Doge sale on Super Bowl Sunday.
I saw that. Any of that stuff go?
I did. I sold a couple of items to Josh Gill down in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, right.
Yep. Tiffany sent that off yesterday, and he got it today. He sent me a message.
Yeah.
Troy, our buddy Troy, he wants one of the little air compressor. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great question. Matt Ray has a question for the. Let's bring that in.
Why? So,
Gary,
yes?
I'm assuming. I don't want to speak out of turn here, but I'm assuming that Matt Ray is asking you what color you're going to paint your car. Is that fair?
If I want it to be fast, it probably needs to be white, right?
Woo! There you go.
Hey, there's white underneath the red.
That's right.
I think. I don't know how much of the white Brad took off when he painted it.
There you go. That's awesome.
There's some white under there somewhere. Oh, Brian, you need something to work on while it's gone. When the car goes to Keith's, I'm gonna be working on stuff from work.
There you go. There you go. I know what you're talking about. Then you're gonna get that.
Yeah.
Bow. Get it knocked out.
That's right. Then I get my garage projects finished too.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Well,
so
cool, man. Looks great.
Yeah. Come on, he says.
Yeah.
Airplanes pay better.
There you go.
Let's leave it at that.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's really all I got. Unless you got something.
No, I'm feeling good. I got a handful of stuff I'll send over next week. Doctoring it up. Nothing good here. I wanted to see your car. I'm glad you were able to go out to the Metcalfs and Ultra Color and get that checked out. So
yeah, I hadn't seen
weeks. You said it.
Huh?
You got 6 Saturdays. Let's go.
Oh, I know. Brian says a few weekends you'll have it knocked out.
Right. Oh man, he's trying to drum up some business for you.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Well, that's all I got happening here, and
sounds good. Good.
If we're all caught up,
I think so.
We'll drag in Nick and Phil.
Sounds
what do you think of that?
We're ready. I think we're ready. You already talked about some Mel Hambelton open house.
That's right. Get all the dirt, all the info. Let's move out of the way here.
Okay.
Bring in. Here's Nic Baalman and Phil Nightingale.
Guys.
Howdy.
Hey, evening, gentlemen.
Hello, Phil.
Hear you loud and clear. Everything's good. How's it going?
Really good. Just excited to be on the show. Thanks for having us. And
oh yeah,
absolutely.
I'm glad.
You got your snow shovels. Yeah.
What's that, Gary?
You got your snow shovels warmed up.
Oh. Yeah. No, thanks for coming on. Glad it all worked out. To come on tonight, work through this. We kind of stayed away from Super Bowl weekend, and but we just wanted to bring it in. Gary and I have a great time going out to the open house, and we've been plugging it for a few weeks now. And it's like, what? Let's get some backstory on these guys. We know Nick and Phil, but do we really know Nick and Phil? Let's talk to them and bring them on. And they were able to share some pictures of some past open house and what they got going on. And so, talk about how it's going. So we'll start off. I don't care who wants to go first. I'm just going to go with Phil first because of the way he's on the screen. There you go.
Other way.
But
other way.
There you go.
There you go. But now just tell us a little bit of your backstory. How long you been? I know you're Phil Nightingale, general manager, Mel Hambelton Ford. I see you on the commercials and that sort of thing. Love the whole racing thing, but how long you been out there and your vision of getting that going and the future. Just open it up for you.
Well, again, thanks for having us on. Excited to be on here with you guys, and just anytime we can talk about racing. And I know you're kind of dogging on my pictures there with the dirt cars, but you know what? We love dirt and drag. Okay.
All right. Yes.
I've drag raced, I've dirt raced, done everything in the world too. But just anything with racing, I don't care what sport it is, whatever. I love it. And right now in the background, I got the late models on down at Volusia. Going down there and watching those guys race. And I heard you talk about our late model sitting in the showroom. And yes, we're going to have a little fire off with Bobby Stahl Saturday. We'll see who has the loudest car.
All right.
That'll be fun. But yeah, I've been doing this a long time. I've been at Mel Hambelton for a little over 17 years. And, we started this racing deal off with the Hoosier, selling the Hoosier tires. And I was buying race parts from Nic over at Precise, and told Nic, and I'm going to need you pretty quick to come work for me. And I think it was 30 days, and Nic was working for me, and we just worked together so hard and built this thing into a great business. And the best part is, more than anything, what I like about it is we can help racers keep racing. I mean, all the track events we go to and stuff like that to help the racers keep racing. And it's fun to watch the sport grow and watch what happens. And, now we're promoting the track over at Hutch, the Salt City racing over there, which is fun. We were over there all day today working with sponsors and stuff with that. But
Nice.
just excited to be any kind of race. I don't care what it is. If it's drag racing, if it's dirt, I don't care. As long as it's somewhere to go fast. That's my big thing from that part. But again, a race open house is coming up, and I think it's our 6th one. We got to figure that out and get accurate on that part of it too. But again, thanks for having us on. Love it. Love this very much. And anytime we promote anybody's racing deal, want to be part of it.
No, we appreciate that. Great intro. So Nic, Gary and I, we would go over to over there. I called it Smiley's back then. Right? That's what it was called.
Yeah, that's what it was originally. Yeah.
And we go over there and meet you. And then one day the doors were closed. You know what I mean? And then I went over to Mel Hambelton, saw you over there. So talk to us about that and how that all worked out.
Well, I was over there for about 5 years, and one day I decided I thought I wanted to get out of the racing business. I had been in it since I was in high school, and it's pretty much all I ever did. And I didn't really know what the future of it in our area looked like. And so I left there to look at going to pursue some other things. And about 6 months after I left there, I got a message that they were going to close that store and that they were looking for somebody to be their Hoosier tire dealer in the Wichita area. And, if I had any ideas or whatever. And, Phil was, one of the first names that I mentioned, with the Ford store there, because they, have the resources, and he's a racer. And, so, the Ford store started selling some Hoosier tires to the local racer, and that's about all they had. And Phil would, call me and say, okay, we're selling tires, and now they're asking about, race fuel. Who do we get race fuel from? So I gave him some contacts, and then he'd call me the next week and say, okay, now they're asking for this. Where do I get that? So send him another contact. And one day he called me and said, I think we might be able to actually, make this into a real business that'll, kind of fit into our existing model. And I guess really the rest is history, and we've really, we've really dug in hard, trying to see how, how we can be different and how we can help the racer better, and, not just be a run of the mill parts house. And, I've had people make comments to me, that, say that in a way we've kind of been able to change the way that people race with, some of the services that we offer with, not just our large inventory, that we keep, but, with our, like our free, local delivery service, which really isn't local anymore. I mean, we run routes every day to Hutchinson and Salina and Wellington, Winfield, Arc City, and we're we're going to Pratt now, I think, a couple times a week. And so racers can get their like your drums of fuel, which is sometimes a pain in the butt to come and get, and then get home and get it unloaded, or tires, or even parts orders or whatever. So I think we've just really, it really was a perfect fit with the Ford dealership and the parts department within the Ford dealership, and how they were looking to grow that side of the business, and how we could kind of put everything together and utilize all those resources to create a different experience for the racers. And I think that's what really breathed new life into the racing business in this area.
Oh, well said. Well said. I'm gonna tell a quick story. I have this is my 6th Fox Body Mustang, right? My first Fox Body Mustang I bought in 1989 from Mel Hambelton Ford on Broadway. You guys remember that, right?
I do. Yeah.
So Phil just said he'd been out there. I thought he said 17 years. How long has the big corner been going?
02, June of 02.
02. Okay. Golly. It seemed like yesterday. It's crazy. It's crazy. And now, getting back to the racing part too, every time I look, you guys got some new truck that you souped up, hopped up, dropped down, exhaust, blower, wheels, tires, can't keep them on the showroom floor out there. What's the thought behind that?
Who's going?
Well, I think it's something that we've talked about for a long time, doing some specialty vehicles with the Mel Hambelton Racing kind of branding, if you will. And I think we kind of hit the market kind of at the right time, because the single cab, short wide F-150s with the Whipple supercharger, and is kind of a hot thing right now. And so we've done a bunch of those. We've messed around with some Mustang stuff in the past, and I think we'll probably do some more of that in the near future. But it's just kind of another avenue that we can kind of get the name out there, and incorporate it with selling a new Ford. And it's been a lot of it's been a lot of fun. And we went to we took 2 trucks to BG Products here last week and the week before, and and did some dyno testing and some stuff like that. And it's just been a really fun project, and it's just going to keep getting bigger.
Oh, you ain't lying. Mm-hmm. Speaking of getting bigger, I myself have only been to PRI twice. I think Gary's been there 8 or 9 times. But every time I go there, I see you guys there. You know what I mean? And you're right there with the Hoosier people and all that. Kind of, how'd you get all connected with that in PRI?
So we had the opportunity in 2020 to purchase the Hoosier Tire factory distributorship that I was managing previously when I worked for Precise Racing. And so we became a Hoosier distributor. And another part of our racing business that I think a lot of the local clientele probably doesn't see is the wholesale side of that business that we have built. And so PRI has been a great avenue for us to seek out wholesale distributors for that we can sell to, a lot of the name brand products like Holley and MSD, and our own proprietary line of products that we have manufactured with our brand name, such as the fittings, and we have a bunch of oval track surface parts, and we're actually beginning to start developing some products kind of more geared towards drag racing and the LS stuff as well. But PRI has been a great place for us to connect with those people and set up a lot of those customers.
Oh, that's great. Now, I tell you what, we got this running joke, because I ain't lying. They had this popcorn machine going on, and they made that thing 24/7. We were walking through there, you wanted a snack, you could be 4 or 5 rows over, and they're like, "Where'd you get the popcorn? Where'd you get the popcorn?" And it was just like a running joke. Is that right, Gary?
Yeah, that dude's arm is probably still sore from slinging bags of popcorn.
I hate to tell you what we called him, the popcorn bee.
It's kind of funny. We've had that popcorn machine sitting over there by the service drive with the service advisors. I mean, It's probably been there as long as Phil's been there. But it was kind of a little bit of a last minute deal, because we were kind of, we're always thinking of, what's something new we can add to the PRI booth or whatever. And we were just kind of standing over there in that area of the dealership talking about it. And I think somebody just piped up and said, well, shit, guys, let's load up the popcorn machine. And so I think it's going to probably have to be a permanent fixture for me.
Better be.
You're going to be in trouble if you don't bring that.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to. I think we're going to have to fly out a whole nother body just to manage the popcorn situation.
No doubt.
But
I can imagine all the cases of bags. Every time I looked over there, he's cutting using the scissors and pouring in a new bag.
I don't know if you guys have ever lifted a case of popcorn, but man, let me tell you, they are heavy.
Heavy.
I just want to make sure we're going to get some popcorn on Saturday. That's what I'm talking about there. When we
Right, we'll have her running. She'll be fired up.
Man, that's it.
Hey,
Well,
hey, Nick, you mentioned the parts van, taking parts to Salina, Pratt, Winfield, and all that. Is that taking parts to other performance shops or taking it right to the racer's door?
Both, actually. We've got race parts dealers. We've got customers. I mean, we probably deliver more. I mean, right to people's door than we do anything else on that side. But yeah, I mean, with the expansion of our warehouse facility and our Ford collision parts wholesale business and our service parts wholesale business, I mean, we have 6 routes on the road 6 days a week. So,
wow.
I mean, so that's really allowed us to incorporate, that to our race customers as well.
Huh. I had no idea. That's cool.
Yeah.
What a great feature and thing to offer.
No
Yeah.
kidding. Gary, you're only like 30 seconds down the street.
Yeah, I'm just a mile up the road, straight north.
To be all the way
Like when
or whatever and get something dropped off at your door. When people that don't know where I live, when they ask, where do you live? I'm in Southwest Wichita. I'm a mile straight. Everybody knows where Mel Hambelton is. Yeah.
I'm straight north of Mel Hambelton, about a mile and a quarter. And it's an easy landmark. I say it all the time.
Know where Mel Hambelton is? All right. 1 mile up.
Straight north.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. Man, since 2002. Well, let's get into Saturday then. Let's talk about what's going to go on Saturday there. I know we got some pictures and that sort of thing. The first thing I want to ask you is what time the doors open? When's the doors
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Can't wait. 9 a.m.
That's when it officially starts, is 9 a.m. But
all right. You having a soft opening or anything, get that 8:30, get all the good deals then,
get all the good deals, right?
Yeah.
Everything's on sale.
Everything's on sale. Talk to me about that.
Well, before we get into what's on sale, real quick, guys, the first 200 people through the door,
yes, sir,
is getting a lottery ticket.
Okay.
How about that?
Count me in.
So first 200.
Okay.
So that'll be fun and exciting. See if maybe somebody wins some cash. We had at one of our service meetings, we had one of our parts guys, girlfriend at the time, now married. She won 75 grand.
What?
Yes. That was pretty fun.
Look at Gary. He's going.
Are you leaving now, Gary? Are you going there? You won the first 70, first 200?
You're getting in line now.
Stand out in the
Well,
corner, right?
just in case the weatherman misses the snow forecast, right?
Yeah.
What if I can't get there?
Yeah. Man, you guys are blowing this thing up. That's kind of like a Black Friday deal right there. Golly.
Yep.
Well, it will be with all the prizes we're going to give away and all that kind of stuff too. So you don't want to miss that because that's same kind of deal. We're going to get tires, going to get fuel, going to have something from BCC. We're still kind of discussing what BCC is going to give away too.
Okay.
Jesse kind of got stung one year and we put in there a wrap and we kind of meant a race car wrap and someone won that and wanted a full-fledged wrap on some big SUV and it's kind of so we got to kind of get the wording in there a little better or something or get Jesse cooled off so he doesn't get stung so bad. That one kind of hurt, you know what I'm saying? But again, have the Mexican taco bar there ready to go from Jordan, so that'll be fun too. So don't miss that. 11-1 for that.
Okay.
Nick, I've been getting a lot of people ask me about what we're going to have for tire prices, and I said we're sure we're going to have something, but I said I don't know if we've announced it yet or discussed it. So, what do you know what we're doing there yet?
I have a pretty good idea.
No, I don't think we want to give it away yet, do we?
I don't want to give it away yet, but it'll be pretty. It'll be pretty decent.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty decent.
That'll work. What about other products like, fittings or, Carl Jones was saying he want to get a helmet. What are you guys doing there?
Yep. So I can tell you that our mainline helmets that we sell is Zamp. Those will all be 15% off.
Okay.
All of our Mel Hambelton Racing branded items, or fittings, and our hard parts and stuff like that, that stuff will all be 20 to 25%.
Okay.
Nice.
Depending on what it is. But we'll have discounts on every brand. Every brand's a little bit different with their pricing structure, but it'll all be marked on neon cards, and it'll be a great day of deals. Let me tell you.
Good.
No, that's great. That's great.
Mr. Harper here from Mid-America Dragway says Mid-America Dragway will be there with schedules and info on 2025.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll have several vendors in attendance. I've got a list here I can run through.
Yes.
Yep, do it.
So we'll have All Star Performance there from Michigan. We'll have Weir's Machine. They primarily build a lot of components for circle track racing. They're from Wisconsin. They'll be there. Maxima Racing Oil will be there. Pro Charger will be there, and they're bringing a car to show off. So you're not going to want to miss that.
Hey, it's our car though.
It is our car. Yeah.
We sold it to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Dark Horse Mustang.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Racing Dirt will be there. That's a streaming service. We'll have some racetracks on display. Salina Speedway, RPM Speedway in Hayes, 81 Speedway will be there, as well as Mid-America Dragway and BOM Motorsports.
And Victory Vault will be there
and
also.
Victory Vault will be there as well. Victory Vault sells a lot of apparel and different items too. They'll be set up out there on the service drive, so everybody have an opportunity to check out their trailer and all the cool stuff they have.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That sounds like a full fun day right there. I remember also you had last year like a virtual driving little machine. Anything there on that one?
We're not going to have that this year.
Okay.
We were hoping, if the weather cooperated, that we would have a pickup RC car drag race out in the parking lot.
Okay.
But we'll just have to see what the weather does. I mean, I know right now it says it's going to be really cold, but this is Kansas, so it'll probably change 10 times between now and then. But yeah, it should be a great day. It's going to be a lot of fun, like it always is, and as long as we can keep that S word away, I think it'll be a great day to come out.
I agree.
Each year, are you guys able to track like the number of people and the traffic that comes in and out? Is it growing each year? Is it getting bigger?
Yeah, it has. It gets bigger every year. We track a lot of those numbers through like signups, like for the giveaways and stuff. So that's really the best way that we have to track it. But we've been averaging around 500 racers that come through the door, so that's pretty good. And we 6 years ago or whenever we did the first one, it kind of started out as a small little deal, just because everybody kind of has a preseason sale, and so we just kind of hung up some signs that everything was on sale, and kind of fed everybody hot dogs for lunch or whatever. But then we really talked about how can we make this different, and how can we turn this into a real event, and so it's just kind of built from there. And every year we kind of add more and more to it, and it's every year it just gets bigger and bigger. It's like how much bigger can we really get inside the dealership? But we manage to do it every year. So
that was another question I was going to have. What are you going to do when you run out of room inside?
Man, we got a 50,000 square foot building on the other side of the property, so I guess we have to move it over there. But,
there you go.
Yeah, Nick, we ought to talk about too next year, because we already been discussing this. We're going to move this. We've been doing it always on the Daytona 500 week.
Oh, okay.
That started before. We're going to move it a week ahead next year.
Okay.
We found
a week later.
A week later. Excuse me. That like Hoosier, they want to come. But they've never been able to come because right now they're all down there at Volusia, hot and heavy with all that kind of stuff. So they haven't never been to come. So And then the other thing we found out too, there's a lot of racers want to bring their cars too that can't because they're still building them. They're still going through them and that kind of stuff too, kind of like we saw your Mustang earlier. So push it out a week, later, and hopefully that'll bring some other vendors and other things there. Because this week down there, they call it Speed Weeks down in Florida, just takes a lot of vendors away from us that would love to come and can't. So next year we'll move it back, move it forward a week, and I think it'll be a bigger show, even better from that part.
Oh, that's great news.
That's great.
Great news. Excited to hear that. Gary, you got a couple pictures to talk through, or go ahead?
I do. Yeah, Mitch Brown has an idea. He says, I have a snow tire if you want to run heads up across the parking lot, Rod.
Oh, he called me out? Is that what he's doing?
He's calling you out.
Oh, man, my boy Mitch Brown, huh? Okay.
Man.
Yeah.
Call outs are already happening.
There they
That's
are.
right.
I know a few years back we had a burnout contest back there. I remember that too. But
Well, I know. Trust me, I miss those days.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I've got a yellow Mustang that hasn't been beat in a burnout yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. No, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Gary. I know you got a couple pictures Nick sent you.
yep. We got some pictures that you guys sent from previous events. Start with this, the overhead view.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
we clear
busy.
out the entire showroom floor and expand Mel Hambelton Racing out into the rest of the floor space.
The racing parts shop in here, where me and Rod go all the time, is that going to get bigger, get expanded more with more inventory sometime?
Well, I would like to say that it is. We're kind of we're kind of at the limitations of what we can do with that space because really that was originally built to be a Ford parts department,
Right.
and so yeah, I don't know. I mean, never say never, but we'll see what happens down the road.
Right.
What is that? You just brought up a good point too. Like, do you have any kind of analysis on like how much racing gets sold versus just regular stock parts in that space?
Yeah, the racing business for our entire department, which consists of Mel Hambelton Racing and Hoosier Tire and the wholesale businesses and the service parts businesses, the racing business is about a third.
Oh, okay. Okay, about a third.
So,
All right. Good. Great shot here as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all last year's shots, isn't it?
yeah, I believe so.
So I see BCC. Talk a little bit about that. What's going there? Is that Big Corner Creations?
Big Corner Creative. I'll make a long story short here about Big Corner Creative. Back in the day, when I first come to Mel's, we had an advertising agency that would basically buy our TV spots, our radio spots, that kind of thing, and they got a 15% discount. So Lisa and I got together and said, why are we paying an ad company? Why don't we have our own ad company and pick up that 15%?
Yeah.
So we did, and that's kind of how it started off with, was just to take care of Mel Hambelton Ford. And now Jesse has taken that down there on his own. We hired Jesse out of the Eagle newspaper where he'd been at. He was our rep from there. And he has taken that and grown that into probably over 100 companies that he's working with down there now, taking care of all their advertising from digital, social media, YouTube, whatever it might be, to help advertise your company, websites. So he's got a group of guys designing websites. He's got a group of guys that do videos. We have our own in-house audio room, all that kind of stuff. And Jesse's just done a great job with that. And kind of like Nick and I say, sometimes it's the mothership, Mel Hambelton Ford, seems sometimes it's on the back burner because they're so busy taking care of those other clients. And sometimes we wish we had a little more priority, which we think we should, but it's got to be fair play too. But that's what been Big Corner Creative. And then we've grown into the race car wraps, vehicle wraps, all kinds of wraps. Anything you want to wrap, we can do it. And then, of course, they're doing window tint down there also. So kind of a neat little group to help us advertise and market our businesses.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought that's all they did was wraps.
Yeah.
I had no idea the media stuff that they are involved in.
Oh, I did. No window tint and all that.
Yeah, if you want a website design, I mean, they just redid Race MH. Nick and Ian went down there and did a pretty good job of getting that all redesigned. It looks really good from that part. So yeah, websites, all that. Anything you want to do to advertise your company, they can do it.
Wow. A business within a business there. Just like, I mean, that's just incredible. Yep. Different departments. Fantastic. Fantastic.
a ground floor picture there. A bunch of stuff. Yeah. Lots of inventory.
Yeah. Tires, filters, flags. I also see you guys kind of got into the RC cars as well, right? That last year?
Yeah, we have. We took on Traxxas here about 2 years ago. And we've had a lot of fun with it. We've done really well with it. And it's, it's just another avenue,
Yeah.
When the weather gets cold in the winter and all the big car racing stops, everybody needed something else to do. So
Sure.
that's kind of why we got into it.
That is awesome. Expanding the brand there. That's awesome.
Yep. This is the dining room.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. The old dining room. That'll be set up again too.
Good.
Oh, there's some snacks.
Very good.
Yep.
So
and that part, that table,
hamburgers and hot dogs last time. So Mexican this time, right?
Well, that table there is done by Brandon out of Mel's Diner. So he's gonna. I talked to him this morning on the way to. Nick and I went to Hutch today, and so he's going to have kind of the same kind of a deal there set up also.
Yeah.
On top of the Mexican.
Cool.
Yeah. Got a restaurant inside the dealership. You know what I mean?
It's so handy.
Oh, I bet. Work to go to lunch. Yeah. Gary, they're one step away from selling clothes in a movie theater. You know what I
mean? Right.
You are funny.
Yeah.
Just give them time. Give them
we already sell apparel. So
that's true.
Selling clothes.
There you go.
We just need a movie theater.
That's it.
Yep.
There's a chow line.
Yep. Cool.
Rodney, when I was putting these pictures together, you know what I noticed?
What's that?
In this picture?
Oh, I see myself.
That's me and you.
There you are there. It's not so funny. We're in chow line. You know what I mean?
Not missing that, are you?
No, that's funny. I got my bag. I'm ready to go. I've already been to the parts store. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That is so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. I'm like, man, that's me and Rod there.
That's it. Carl Jones called it out earlier. We're talking about the food. That's it right there. That's funny.
Yep. Gotta get some food, man.
Gotta eat, right?
Gary's looking like, man, if those guys in front of us take the last of the queso, I'm gonna have to whoop some ass.
There's only 3 cookies left.
Well, I hate to say, the guy standing in front of you might have taken us all out too.
Probably so.
Well, I think in this picture was okay. In the middle is Bobby Stahl, and then kind of back away is right there is Steve Baker.
Yep, there he is off to
behind your head, Rod.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, and there's Bobby's in a black shirt. Sure. So all 4 of us are in there.
That's it. That's funny.
Gets us some food.
Yeah, I mean, you run into Bobby, Steve's right behind him, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Look at this.
Some parts, brake lines. It looks like.
Yep.
That is so handy having them brake lines there like that. Man.
I tell you, that's the only when Nick decided he came to me and wanted to get in the fitting business. I'm thinking, are you kidding? What's that all about? And boy, we sell the hell out of those fittings, don't we, Nick? God, I can't get how many of those things we sell.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
That's super handy.
Sometimes I have this saying I tell people sometimes. I says, if I could just sell tires, fittings, fuel, and tear-offs, we'd be set. But you got to have everything else in between.
Sure. That's great.
Another in-store. You can see in the foreground of that picture the blue and black, all them fittings back there on that wall.
There you can, yeah.
That's just like a quarter of it.
The shot, yeah. I was in there Saturday. Fittings.
And you can see like inside that room, like how every inch of wall space is full, right?
Yeah.
And that's probably what I think some people maybe not realize is the inventory in that room is maybe 2% of what we have. If that. It's just a little sample.
And then Well, that's interesting because I'll see some of the guys go as like, I have to go upstairs and get that. So that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, our parts department is 2 levels. The lower level is mainly Ford service parts, and the upper level is all race parts. So, and it's 15 or 18,000 square foot on that side probably.
Okay.
And it's pretty much everything in the main store is most of the small pack items. And then the large pack stuff is all pretty much kept at the warehouse, which is on the other side of the block.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Cool. Well, I know in a minute or two, we're going to have another picture of a bigger area that holds some rubber.
That's right. That's coming up.
Yeah. Very good.
There's some more goodies.
Yep. Air motive.
Some nitrous bottles.
Yeah. Fuel jugs. A little bit of everything.
That nitrous is for them 5.3 Suburban engines to get them to spool.
That's what it's for. Man, that's what I said.
I might need one of those.
Yeah. What's going on here? Is this a little balance machine or something for this Hoosier tire?
So that is a tire demon, and what we do with a tire demon is we use that to prep circle track tires. So rarely ever do we mount up a tire and bolt it on the car just as it comes. So we will sipe the tire and put additional grooves in the tire and grind the tire, and there's a lot of prep work on tires when it comes to circle track racing. The tire demon is kind of a more portable unit that racers will take to the racetrack to work on tires at the racetrack. We have kind of a much bigger non-portable version of that there at the dealership that we prep tires on. That's called an easy sipe machine, and it's about 6 foot tall and has 2 big old arms on each side that come out and sipe the tire, and the tire rotates every time it sipes, and it'll completely prep a whole dirt tire in about 10 minutes.
No kidding.
Yep.
I don't know if we got a picture of it, but I know behind this rack here to the left, there's some sort of shock machine I've seen in there too. What's that about?
Yeah, so that's what we call a spring smasher. In circle track racing, we really don't put the cars on the scales anymore. We set them up based off of load numbers on each individual corner. So the spring smasher in modified racing, that's how we use to set our right rear spring load, which is the corner that we adjust the most. In the late model, we'll use it for all 4 corners plus the 5th shock and the 6th shock. So, but we sell those machines. They're about $3,000 to $4,000, depending on what options you want on it. But we have one on display in the store, and we'll have customers come in that want to smash a new spring or try something out. So we'll kind of help them do it and show them how to do it and all that stuff. So
very cool, very cool. Got a question from Charles there. You see that, Gary?
Yep. Charles Wickham says, do they have a shock dyno?
Philip?
Yeah, we do have a shock dyno. So I will say this, if someone wants us to dyno a shock for you, we will. We'll give you the numbers. We'll give you what it does, but will we tell you what it needs to be or whatever? I mean, everybody's different on those shock numbers. I've been playing around with shocks for a long time, and I don't know. Do you drag guys dyno shocks, or do you need a shock dyno? I'd gladly put one on the machine for you and dyno it out for you and give you the numbers. I know what the numbers mean, but everybody's different on what they think they need to have for rebound and compression and that sort of stuff too. But I will tell you that dyno is in our trailer and it goes to the racetrack with us every time because it's quite often we will pull that dyno out and dyno a shock.
Man, it sounds like secret tool that you must have to go racing there.
Well, it's not as much a secret tool as much as just knowing what the numbers are and what they're going to do for you and how you set it up. And a lot of people think there's just a standard setup, which there is. But every car builder, everybody's got a different opinion on what what each corner should be with those shocks.
Sure.
And I will tell you, we ordered another new shock just this year to go put on our car to try to even get better.
Okay.
So yeah, the shock dyno. The other thing about the dyno too is it's we'll probably pull the shocks up when Nick at probably 4 or 5 races and just re-dyno to make sure the shock hasn't changed.
Oh,
yeah. Playing the same.
Play them over each other, and
that might be a good idea just for us, Gary, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a dyno sheet from when my rear shocks were new.
Yeah.
I have that. I got that. Yancey sent that with. So.
Well, and see, the next thing you ought to do too is when you do get new shocks, bring them and let's put a dyno so we get our set point with our dyno, because everybody's dyno can be just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Okay. We do the same thing. We dyno as soon as we get a new shock from our shock builder. That's the first thing it does. It goes right on the shock machine. So we got a number, you track it, and then we know kind of where we're at. But if you guys want to bring some shocks, bring them in. We'll put them on the dyno and see how they're doing, what they can do. We can take our dyno sheets and match them up to yours. And the next thing is how fast you want to, how many inches per second that you want to run that shock at.
Okay.
We go from 1 inch a second to 10 inches a second.
Okay.
On our sheets. I don't know what the drag race, maybe it's the same. I don't know, but that might be I'd be able to look at your dyno sheet, Gary, that you got and be able to tell by looking at that dyno sheet.
Huh. Looky.
Yeah.
Hey, here's some good feedback from Charles, Gary.
Charles says, as a past dirt track guy, you never know what's going to break week to week, and a place that can basically rebuild your car on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Pretty much saying like you guys got everything.
Pretty much.
Right there.
Pretty much.
Keep it going. That's awesome.
And that's the plus on your guys' side, being the dirt track racers and involved in it. You know what you need to have on hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and we track everything we sell too, so we know when something starts moving to put it in, and then of course we've always got a little bit of stock that doesn't move too, so we track it very close.
Sure. No, good stuff.
This next picture is the one we was talking about. This giant pile of Hoosier tires.
Yeah. So before we talk about the tires here, let's talk about like the warehouse. How did that come to play, and when did that thing get built? And whoever wants to go on that one, go ahead.
Well,
hit it, Philly.
All right. Well, anyway, so basically, with this amount of stock we were stocking with tires before the Hoosier stuff and all that kind of thing too. Ford came to me and asked me to get in the wholesale parts business. And I really didn't want to get in because the wholesale parts business that I've always been used to is it's very hard to make any money because it's such on so slim margins and stuff too. And then finally Ford came back to us with some better numbers and better ideas. And so then I started thinking about, how can we grow this to make it work? And that's where it works really well, because we load our vans, they might be rolling out with all the race parts, but there's probably some Ford parts in there too, right along with that. So it kind of went hand in hand to be able to go out and deliver as much as we are. And we finally got the Ford wholesale business into a next tier, basically to the next discount level that we can get to. So that's when we just had to build the warehouse. And I never thought we built it over big, but we thought we would need it, and wish we had built it bigger. But we did design it so the west side we could basically take that wall off and keep going to the west and build on as we need to. We learned that lesson with the quick lane. We built on the quick lane 3 times, but we did the same analogy there too. But the warehouse is just, we knew we were going to grow. I didn't know it'd grow this fast and fill up that fast, but again, to be able to stock the parts, have the stuff and ready to go. But it's not just taking care of the racer. I mean, we're taking care of the quick lane, the main store repair shop and stuff too. So if you got your car and you need a part, guess what? Some shops are having to wait 3 or 4 days to get the part. Not usually in our situation. We usually probably got everything in stock we need to take care of as a normal repair side, right along with the racer side.
Yeah, very good.
Do you get much online sales and traffic and shipping stuff across the country, across the world?
We do. And that's an area that we've also been focusing on really hard the last couple of years, when we kind of got to where we had a good handle on what we were doing in the local market, was expanding the e-commerce business. And our e-commerce business has actually gotten very big. We ship every day to all over the United States. And
Awesome.
I would say that on average, we probably UPS out 10 to 20 pairs of drag tires every single day, 5 days a week.
No kidding. Every day.
Every day.
Wow.
Every day.
Man, that's a lot of tires.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's why you need this.
Yeah.
That's exactly correct.
Exactly.
Holy smokes, man.
Wow.
That's just a piece of them. There you go. There you're getting in the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wish we had a picture. I don't know if you do or not, a picture of the carousels in the back.
I
I don't know if I had one of those.
Incredible.
Got, I think it's 8 carousels back there that go all the way to the roof, that a rotating carousel, rotate tires all the way up and down.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Nick, can you put a number on that? Like, how many tires is that?
Oh man. I mean, I know just in Hoosier, I mean, we usually have in the neighborhood of 4,000 to 4,500 units on hand all the time. Just kind of varies depending on what time of the year is. But I mean, we also sell more passenger and light truck tires than any other Ford store in the United States.
Wow.
So probably the world. And we have the largest quick lane in the world too. So we probably move as many passenger and light truck tires as we do race tires. So it's crazy. It's still, you know, even though we're there every day and we're working at it every day, I mean, I know that, you know, I've been there for 7 years now, and I feel like the thing has grown 3 times over since I've started. And I still, when I walk in that warehouse, the hair on the back of my neck stands up, because it's just it's just amazing how much it's grown and what it's, you know, what it's become in, you know, such a short time. And it's been a fun ride.
Oh yeah. Well, we're just getting started. So on that quick lane, how many service lines do you have? And is that oil changes, brakes, water pumps, and that sort of stuff? Or what is that, Phil?
Yeah, the quick lane was kind of my baby. I was the one that wanted to do this. Lisa fought me on not doing it. She didn't realize what it would grow into and everything else too. But the quick lane, we built it, and within 6 months we were adding on to it because we didn't build it big enough. And then I don't know, went a couple more, 3 or 4 years, and we built on the second building. But basically, we've got 48 bays of quick lane and 48 bays of the main shop. Kind of funny how that worked out that way from that part too. But the quick lane is anything basically. You know, we have a round of technicians in there from everywhere. We can do anything about. I'd like to keep it about 2 hours. If it's any longer than that, we want to take it up to the main store and let the main store take care of it. But the problem with the main store is it's about 3 weeks behind. I hate that. But I use this analogy. If you walk into a restaurant and there's nobody there, you want to eat.
Yeah.
But if there's a line, right. The reason there's a line.
Yeah.
Must be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, that's the whole thing is I would love to find some more technicians in both stores to help us with that situation. But we just keep digging as hard as we can and hiring people as much as we can. But we don't just hire anybody. We want to make sure the right culture with us, the right training, the right tools, the right stuff. They have the right attitude about how to go about working on cars and that sort of thing too. But it's turned into turned into be a beast, but it's a fun beast to be a part of.
There you go.
This big tire warehouse, is there full-time employees that are just dedicated? That's their workspace and that's the only place they work, or do they just employees come in and out of there as they need tires to sell to the customers?
Well, basically,
go ahead.
Yeah, the warehouse has its own employees that actually do that, and we have an ordering system where, Nick, as you call it, the pick system, where we actually will each quick lane has its own. There's 2 buildings of quick lane. Each one has its own parts department. The main store has its, and basically they will send tickets, and the warehouse people will deliver those parts or tires, whatever, to whatever stall or whatever technician needs that part or whatever. It's not just the tires. I mean, the warehouse is full of parts too, and so they'll send the ticket over to the warehouse, and warehouse will deliver. They restock each store every day too.
Awesome!
Wow, never would have known that.
It's like a Ford City down there a mile from my house, man.
Telling you
quite a complex.
Everything.
Yeah.
Just need a movie theater. That's all I need.
I'm just running some calculations here on tires, and just for an example, we will sell anywhere from about 150 to 160 sets a month of duty tires out of the store.
That is incredible.
Yeah,
that is incredible. That just blows me away. And apparently, you'll deliver them to people's store too.
Very true.
System that is awesome.
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah, and another thing on the tires is we're a warehouse distributor also for Arturo tires, and we actually don't normally sell the Arturo tires internally for like shop jobs. We mainly market those to local tire shops and service shops and those type of guys. Because there's a real good wholesale program with them where they can make a good margin on the tire, and most of their tires are pretty economically priced, and they're a good quality piece. So
nice. Piggybacking on what you just said, Phil, Charles has a question down here, and I think what he's asking is, like you just mentioned, race week is going on this week, and with all the connections, the Hoosier and everything passing through there, shipping around the whole country there, do you guys prep, for that big week or series that are getting started? Do you guys bring in extra tires knowing that they're going to be sold with the next month coming up, for example?
Oh yeah, Nick works very hard at keep on track of that. We go to our Hoosier distributor meetings in December every year, plan on what races are going to be there and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, what do we got this year, Nick? 14 World Outlaw shows and high limit shows in our territories.
Yeah, we have. We're lucky to get some more 410 racing, 410 sprint car racing in our area. So we'll have quite a bit of that. We've got some super dirt late model stuff in our area that we haven't had before. It's going to be a really busy summer. The thing that kind of differentiates the circle track racing from the drag racing a lot is, in circle track racing, there's a lot more tire consumption, right? So, I mean, especially with these upper level and professional series, right? I mean, they're going through 8-10 tires a night, versus kind of at the local level, a racer might, on average put on 1 or 2 new tires a night. So when we get these professional series that come through here, or come into our territory, I guess, it's really big because we'll be able to move some rubber, but we do sell a lot of drag race tires. Nick Roberts worked with Hoosier a little over a year ago on developing a new bias tire for no prep, and when that came out, we couldn't seem to keep that thing on the shelf, and we couldn't seem to forecast them enough to build. So, those things still fly off the shelf because those guys will run a pair of tires, a night or two and take them off. But kind of back to what Phil said about, and the question you asked about, preparing for the race season. We the last 2 weeks of January, we brought in a full truckload each week from Hoosier, so that was about 2,400 units in preparation for the race season kicking off. So,
okay.
Wow.
Hey, Gary, can you go back a picture?
Yep.
One more then.
The big one?
No,
That
right
one.
there. Oh, in the background, I see a trailer. I see a
couple of them.
Yeah, and I see that white and blue one, for example. It says Mel Hambelton Ford on it. You guys probably seen it before. And talk to me about that, because I've seen this at the racetrack, and I've seen you guys go live at racetracks. Do you do on-site parts selling at racetracks, or what's going on there?
We do a lot of it. We have 2 racetracks that we circle tracks that we service weekly. So we're at Salina Speedway every week, and then of course our track and hutch that we're promoting. We do a bunch of special events every year. Every year we follow Rocky Mountain Race Week with with a van and a trailer. And this year, of course, they've expanded Rocky Mountain Race Week into a couple of different groups. They're expecting it, from what I understand, to be about twice the size, and we're planning on having actually 2 support teams on the road with Rocky Mountain Race Week this year. One to catch them, when they're coming, and one when they're going, or however we end up setting it up. But we'll have two support teams on the road with them. But yeah, we go all over to service parts and tires, and whatever else we can get into.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Hey, you've mentioned the Hutch track, the Salt. I forget the name of it, but
Salt City.
The Hutch track, Salt City. A while back, that they wanted to close that place. Did you, Phil, or Mel Hambelton, or as a group, help save that track?
Yeah, basically, kind of what happened there was we heard about them wanting to close it, and so I'm going to think this time, 2 years ago?
Roughly.
Yeah, something like that. I met with the fair board, and I basically just told them, I said, look, before you do all this, can I give you a proposal what I think we can do with the racetrack instead of tearing it out? Basically that track, and I get this, there's 17 acres over there with that racetrack and everything, and they were using it once a year. And I really, truly understand that. If I'm on the fair board and I got that much ground and use it once a year, I don't know how you make that be cost effective. So I said, let me put a proposal together, what we think we can do with the racetrack, and then we can work forward. So we went back, and Nick and I went to work and got a proposal together. And long story short, they agreed to let us run it for a year. I could sit here and talk about this situation for an hour, I think.
Sure.
About everything we've went through, what we've dealt with, and all that kind of stuff to save that racetrack over there. A lot of people thought we were I'm saving a racetrack to keep racing alive is what my motive behind it was from that part. And we've done that. We finally got us a 3-year contract moving forward that we can race for 3 years. Finally got the fair board to understand what we did for the first year, which running a racetrack was a lot different than what we thought it was going to be, wasn't it, Nick?
Yeah.
We learned some lessons. I feel good where we're headed now going in for the next 3 years from that part. But we've got some new sanctioning bodies coming on with the Heartland Modified Touring Series coming in on the first race of the year. Got ASCS coming in for 3 nights. So got a lot of exciting stuff. And the best thing is Silver Crown, the USAC Silver Crown cars are coming back, which was our best 2-night deal we had. So it's going to be a fun year for 2025, and we'll see what we can do for 26 and 27 and that sort of thing too. But it was a battle to keep that racetrack alive. I will tell you that Nick and I probably wanted to throw the towel in, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, but we didn't. We hung in there and finally got it done.
That's
wow.
great. I'm sure.
Man, congrats to you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
great job keeping the track
been
alive.
a lot of headaches. There's been a lot of headaches, but there's been a lot of fun too. I mean, I'm always, and I know Phil's the same way. I'm always down for a new challenge, and I kind of feel, I've been in the racing business, and I've done so much in the racing business that adding racetrack promoter, to my resume, I think kind of brought everything into a full circle. So it's
Wow.
good to get that experience and kind of know, I was a racer for a long time, and
Right.
there were some nights where I was not very happy with a racetrack promoter, and I told them how I felt about it. And I tell you what, if I had the chance to do it over again, I wouldn't, because I know what they're going through now. And it's not what anybody thinks that's never done it before. Let me tell you that.
Yeah. What's Harper saying there, Gary?
Yeah, Mr. Harper from Mid-America Dragway, speaking of a guy that runs a track, he says the racetrack business is different from any other business out there.
I know. Hey,
it is.
Gary, I agree with you 100%, but running a car dealership's right up there with it, let me tell you.
I bet. Now, when we were out there at MAD last year, I saw some Mel Hambelton boards up and stuff, so I'm assuming you're connected there with MAD as well?
No, very much so. Love the partnership with Gary, and we'll keep that burning for as long as we can with Gary to keep that track alive down there. That's for sure.
That's great stuff.
Good
to hear.
Yep. Charles Wickham here. I think he's talking about the Salt City track. Hopefully you got a good track promoter to put people in the stands.
We have a great team.
We do have a great team with that part. So, Charles, I appreciate your comments and stuff like that too. But we are working very hard, and but we can talk about it all we want. We still got to have people to take the initiative to go set in those grandstands, because that's what it's all about. Is these racers want to race, just like in the drag strip. Everybody wants to race and stuff, but the only way that purse gets paid is the people sitting in the seats. And that's what I've told everybody on our podcast and stuff too. Is we all wanted to save that racetrack in Hutch. Now let's fill those stands and keep it going. That's the only way it's going to stay going, if we go participate and sit in the stands or buy a pit pass or whatever it might be. That's the need. I don't care if that's dirt track or drag racing. That's the only way it's going to stay alive, if we go participate and buy the concessions to keep that guy moving, buy the pit passes and buy tickets and bring your friends. That's the big thing.
Yeah. Yep. Well said. Mm-hmm. Well said. And as a racer too, you want to race in front of, thousands of fans. And,
everybody.
Win there. That's awesome.
Yeah. And stay positive about it too. I mean, there's, it seems like so much anymore. You get on the social medias and stuff, and you see more negatives than you do positives, and like Phil says, and I think it makes a lot of sense. Like if everybody keeps putting all the negative out there, I mean, one of these days we're all going to be standing outside these racetracks looking in, wondering why we're not racing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Staring at the lock on the gate.
Yeah. Growing up. Exactly right. Exactly.
Yep.
What else we got, Gary?
Well, I think this is PRI.
Yeah. Look at that. That's the white F-150.
That's I don't know if you see, that's Eric Chessman interviewing, and who that is, that's Justin Allgaier.
Okay.
He was the Xfinity champion for NASCAR this year.
Oh, cool.
Very cool.
But Nick, what's his Hoosier distributor area called?
So his family owns Hoosier Tire Midwest. So they have Indiana, Illinois, part of Ohio, Missouri, and Iowa.
Very cool there.
So
cool.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure he's busy this week, like you said, with Speed Week going.
Yeah, Daytona.
Yeah, that's one thing good about the Super Bowl being over. It's race season now. It's official.
That's what I say every Sunday night about 9:00. After that's over, it's race season, boys. Let's go.
Yep.
The
Super Bowl ends. Well, this week is different. It's supposed to snow, but the Super Bowl ends winter and Daytona starts race season.
Yeah,
that's it. Yep. I think when the Daytona 500 happens, I think that's when everybody realizes that race season really is going to come around again, and
boogity.
Everybody gets motivated.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah. Very cool.
This another PRI pick.
Yep, that's our modified that we had on display next to the truck in our booth. Mullins, one of Tanner Mullins' cars. Great race cars.
There's Josh on the right-hand side. He's not cooking popcorn. That's kind of crazy.
I see the popcorn machine.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like somebody's in there digging in, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't look too close. That might be me, so just stay back.
It might be you, right?
It was self-service that hour.
Yeah.
There's a great picture right here.
Look at this. I appreciate that. So I took this. I want to put this in here. I appreciate you guys, and everything you're doing for me. And I love the relationship we have and great seeing you guys. And just want to take this shot here, but just appreciate the partnership and love talking about you guys. You see the banners and that's about all I got. Appreciate it.
Rodney,
appreciate you guys supporting us.
The partnership is what we look for. If it's a one-way street, it's not good for both parties. It has to be good for both parties and stuff too. So, we always looked for the right places to put things, and I don't need somebody out there not acting right, talking right, doing all this stuff with Mel Hambelton Ford from that part too either. So kind of cool there. Nick, I'm just out the background. There's Jake. My son has got his back.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
So there's Josh. He's got the popcorn going back here too.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Yeah. On dive. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Charles had asked, is that Mullins as in Mullins Race Engines?
No, it is not.
Actually.
Put an I in there instead of that E. And it's
okay.
That's Buddy and Tanner Mullins there in Wichita. And we've had that relationship with those guys it's kind of my first year getting back in the mod racing, and Jake was really terrible. We couldn't get that car to come out to do nothing. And I walked over to Buddy that one night and I just said, "What's it get to take you to help me with this race car?" And he looks right at me and said, "I'm no smoke and mirrors." I said, "That's perfect. That's exactly why I am."
Yeah.
We took off from there and Buddy took the car, and he worked on just half the car. And the next weekend, Jake went out and won. So we just have kept that relationship together. It's been since 15. So
Cool.
Great story.
Yeah.
And you guys are, go ahead. We'll keep going with this.
That's last year there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that Kyle? Kyle Smith?
Kyle Smith. Yep.
Yep.
That was a fun weekend too. Those guys are a great group of racers. It was fun to have his car there. It brought a lot of attention to our booth and stuff. But him and his dad, and I'm drawing a blank on
And
his
John,
they're great guys, great group, and they had a lot of fun there too, though.
Nice.
So this was last year, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this would have been 2023 PRI. Is that what that picture's from?
Is this the same booth location you was at this year?
Yep. Same booth.
You gonna have the same booth this year coming up? Are you gonna expand, or
as long as Hoosier stays in the same place, we'll be in the same spot. So we kind of held out to get that spot there on that peninsula on the end.
Great spot.
We kind of got it. We kind of got it by accident because the company that had it backed out of the show at the last minute, right before that PRI, and we nabbed it. So
you're in a great spot there.
Yeah.
You got 2 aisles there each way and a lot of traffic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it works out nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Here's a rack of fuel, and that's the way I love to buy fuel, by the barrel there on the bottom. That's the way to get it.
Yep. We sell it in barrels and sealed 5-gallon cans. And we sell methanol and 110 in bulk.
Okay. So you got Sunoco, you got Renegade, you got BP. Is that what's going on?
Yep. We sell all 3 brands. And I think the last time I counted it up, between all 3 brands, I think we've got like 86 different blends of race fuel that we stock.
Wow.
It's a big number. Number.
That is incredible.
That's awesome. M1 by the barrel. Let's go.
M1 by the barrel. It's about the most popular one.
Yep.
So
good stuff.
Yeah, during the race season, I think we get a VP truck every week.
Wow.
Incredible.
The rest of the pictures I have here, there's about 3 or 4 that Rod sent. This is when you invited him and his car inside the showroom.
Very cool.
This 2 or maybe 3 years. It'll be the 3rd year coming up. We had a great time. Appreciate that. I just threw these in here too. It was a great week. Tanner and Gary brought the car up and got it all set up because I was out of town, and then we came in and set up there and kind of hung out with the Mad booth, and Callie Nate was there, and I think on the other side, I don't know if we got a picture, but the Gary Cooper was there as well, and so with his Top Fuel, want to throw that in from Callie Nate. He was out there as well, and he passed away last year, and so that's one of Nick Roberts' good buddies.
Yep.
Yep. His car was in there. Was it behind yours or right in there in the same section there? Yeah.
Yeah. So just a little shout out there, but yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Charles says, if I'm ever in Wichita, I need to check out the dealership.
Oh yeah.
Come by anytime. We'll take you for a tour.
Yep.
That's right. It's easy place to find, Charles. Super easy. And you got a picture of you and your daughter here from that weekend?
Oh, yeah. Good time. Come out. Yeah, it was a good day. A lot of people were there. I know that's why it'll be on Saturday as well. You said 500, coming through, but and this kind of what kicked off the relationship here, just talking with Nic Baalman and the partnership and everything. And so just appreciate that.
Yep.
Yeah, you talk about how many people, get in there. It always seems like every year, kind of right at that prime time before lunch, I'm always kind of running around, kind of taking care of a little bit of everything. And I know there's been times where I've had to get to the other side of the room and I haven't been able to get there. So
Imagine. I could
yeah.
imagine.
So
Yeah.
I remember we have a second level in the Ford store. If you go in there and look up, you'll see like some bridges and stuff run across there. But I've had to go in up the stairs on one side and go across above and come down the other side to get where I needed to go because
Yeah.
it's too many people. I couldn't walk through.
That's
You had to
awesome.
go in stealth mode.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Too cool.
but that's how we like it.
Yeah.
Yep. Busy is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep. That's what is that? That was the beginning of those. Yep.
So just to recap, this Saturday, right? You said
Yep.
store opens at 9:00. What's the address again?
11771 West Kellogg.
Right on. Get there at 9. First 200 get a lottery ticket, I heard.
First 200 gets a lottery ticket. That's
Right.
exactly correct.
Then we can sign up to get some raffles and that sort of thing, right?
Yep.
Everybody sign up. We're going to be giving away tires. We're going to be dirt and drag. We're going to give away fuel, all kinds of good stuff to give away. You don't want to miss out on that stuff for sure.
Yeah. Going to serve
Cool.
lunch at 11.
11 to 1 for lunch, taco bar by Jordan Whitehead. Be cooking up for us.
Nice.
Awesome.
Parts for sale, discounts, everything's on
Everything's on sale. Parts, tires, fuel, you name
Yep.
it.
Bring some money, buy some parts.
There
Bring
you
some
go.
money,
There you go.
or hope you hit it big in the lottery.
Right.
No kidding. 75,000.
Woo.
That's what I'm talking about.
You get down payment on a car, right?
Oh, kidding.
There you
Yeah.
go.
There we go.
F-150.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, if we get another 75,000, you can walk out of there with a new F-150.
Oh man, no kidding. Well, then you just tell your wife you won the F-150. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I didn't win
You will have to-
75,000. I won the F-150. Is what I
You
won.
will have to spin the story a little bit.
That's exactly right.
Great.
Great. So, hey, this part of the program, we kind of turn it back over to you guys, give you a few minutes to talk, anything you want to say, just promoting that or thanking anybody and that sort of thing. So, Nick, we'll start with you and then we'll finish out with Phil.
Well, I just want to thank all of our great customers and the racing community in Wichita. I mean, without all of you all, we couldn't have built this into what it is. I mean, there's so many people that, support us and have come to depend on us. And we're just glad that you choose to do business with us. And we're having a lot of fun doing it. And it's been a great ride, and it's going to continue to get bigger and better into the future.
Great.
Awesome.
Well said. Take us home, Phil.
You bet. Hey guys, just again, thank you for having us on and promoting each other. It's a great partnership we have with you guys, and we really appreciate that very much. And once again, it's a pleasure to be here and taking the time and everything else. But thanks for letting us promote Mel Hambelton Racing, that sort of thing too. And just gotta say thanks. Let's have fun Saturday. Let's kick off race season and let's go racing.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go racing. No, thank you. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. It's been a great hour and a half. I learned so much about the store and about what you guys are doing in the background. I had no idea, and Gary, got any final thoughts there?
Just exactly like what you said. Some of the background on the volume of tires and parts and that goes through there. I had no idea, and it's super impressive that you guys do that.
Yeah,
and it's impressive how you guys support the community like that. Like there's a need for it, and you've got it.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah. All right, well,
and you support the circle track and the dirt guy or the drag races, even though there's not a drag car on the little event flyer.
There will be next year, I promise.
We'll have to fix that in for later this year.
We'll give you a good picture of a white Fox.
We'll have to talk to the Big Corner Creative guys. They're the one. We didn't give them any way to design that deal up. That's how they came out.
There you go. No, it's just good. That's a lot of laughing.
That's fun. Yeah.
Very good. Well, hey, next couple of days, stay safe with the snow, and we'll see you Saturday.
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
Show up hungry, and man, thanks for your time tonight, guys.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome.
We'll see you guys Saturday.
See you soon.
Good night.
Good night.
Man, learned a lot. Holy cow. Great group. And, he's talking about that with the community with, Lisa Gives Back. You'll see those little, with the schools and the colleges, they'll go around, drive around with that little ice cream truck, to car shows and the racetracks and just give out ice cream. And it's just incredible. But no, it's good stuff.
I think there's a late question came in here. LS carb or fuel injections, maybe fuel injectors.
Yeah.
Probably somebody asking about, parts in the store.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
Oh yeah. And that's the right place too. Nick Roberts there, he's all in the LS game, and they, and I see fuel injection, and Holley is the thing. They sell everything Holley there, and so
if they don't have it, they can get it.
Oh yeah, definitely. All the sensors, Dominator, screens. So yeah, that's cool. Good question there.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Just a couple minutes
job,
late.
Barry. Man, that was some good pictures there, man. Learned a lot. 4,500 tires. Never would have guessed that.
Dang, I had no idea, man.
48
I knew they sold some tires
inside that place. Can you believe it?
Oh man,
I never would have guessed that either. 48 service bays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know what you were getting at. You're going to have them deliver you some parts. I knew where you were going there. If you go all the way to Pratt, you'll run up a mile up the street, right?
I don't know if I can do that only being a mile away. That'd be. Yeah. I don't know. I got to take these parts to that lazy guy up the street.
Yeah, just right up the street. Won't even warm up the vehicle. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Yeah,
well, the seats won't even be warm.
Nice. Good.
There's Doug Barry. Doug's a great show, guys. Hey, thanks for chiming and hanging out, Doug.
Yeah, thanks for all the questions and everything. Thanks for hanging out with us, and I'm looking for a good time on Saturday for sure.
Yeah, it's always a good time. It's a cool deal. See some other racers.
Oh yeah,
be a fun deal.
Yeah,
eat some tacos.
Oh man,
win some money on a lottery ticket.
Yes, got to get a lotto.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, we're trying to line out for Sunday yet. We haven't got that nailed down yet, but we're working on it. So we'll get it handled.
Yeah, we got our feelers out for a couple one. Try and just line it up with people. Everybody's busy. They want to come on.
Yep.
Just trying to get all lined up.
We got lots in mind. It's navigating all of it and getting everybody's schedules to work together. So it's good. It'll be fun.
Yes.
I hear UPS truck outside. I'm like, did I order anything?
Oh man, what?
I hear the squeaky brakes. It's 8:30 at night.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
Cool. Well, good job. Great job with the pictures and running through that and putting that together. Nice. Good to see your car going, and before you know it, it'll be to the next shop and getting this thing put together there. So that's good feedback there. Glad to see Ultracolor taking care of you there.
Yep, it's going to look good. So
you bet.
I'm anxious for that. Let's give our partners a shout out again. Mid-America, Dragway, Ultracolor, Collision Repair, Mobile Recon, Mobile Detailing, Sandland, Iron and Metal, Auto Salvage, and Harry Street Carpet. Thank you guys again for being great partners in 2025 race season.
Nice. Hey, where do I go to subscribe to the YouTube channel?
To the YouTubes right here. If you're on the YouTube, I just covered you up there. This is where you want to go on the YouTube side. Heads Up Racing, Gary and Hot Rod Podcast. Hit the subscribe and some thumbs up and some up arrows and whatever else you can find. Just throw at it. So that's where we're at right there on the YouTube side.
Yeah. Go ahead and plug yours as well.
Yeah, and while you're on the YouTube side, I've got a fun little YouTube channel. I throw some stuff on there. Been working that for. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. I've been working that for a little over a year, kind of having fun, trying to learn how to do it and do a good job. You'll go to Gary Putnam Racing Welding and Fabrication. Don't have much racing stuff on there yet. Obviously, it's not racing. Don't have a car. Be Rodney's and stuff, but we got some Rodney's race car parts being welded on there, and a couple little garage projects I'm messing with, and some product reviews, stuff that I'm buying for my car to I buy the part because I like it, and I'll just do a little video and say why I like it. And it's just my opinion based. Nobody's giving me nothing. It's just something kind of fun to do. And
no, it is. And I've watched them, and they're very like you're very good at explaining things and being technical and the why and just kind of talking through it. And so yeah, definitely go check that out. And you'll see some cool stuff there and learn something.
Yeah, I got some cool ideas lined up. It just the hardest part, man, it's you got to take the time to do it. It takes a little bit, and I've found making the video the hardest thing is talking to nobody. Like we're here talk, I can see you and I can talk to you,
right?
But when I'm trying to talk to whatever it is, it's very strange to talk but not talk to anybody. I'm trying to get better at that.
Oh, you're doing great.
It's weird. I don't know. Some people are just natural at it, and
doing a great job.
I'm just having some fun, really, just like we're doing here, just having fun.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what we're using this platform for them, right? Brought on forward, talk a little bit about the open house, all about the community, getting everybody together. Got people coming from Missouri, going to hang out. Coming from where was that? Wisconsin and other parts of the country coming down to this open house. It's going to be a great time. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yep. Having fun. Just
that's it. Spreading information using this platform.
That's right. And social media is huge with racing. And I didn't just start doing this just on a whim. It's been a little over a year I've been after it. And I figure once I get racing, you have a little social media presence. It should help your racing program a little bit.
Sure.
You can throw some bones out there and have some fun with it. It's just what I'm going to do.
That's it.
So maybe by the time my car runs, I'll be better at the video side.
There you go.
I'll have plenty of practice.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. A couple comments here. What's this? Oh, Matt's laughing. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Oh, that was way up there. Oh, Doug says, great show, guys. Just have a great week. See you all later. Cool.
Appreciate it, Doug.
Thanks, Doug. Matt Ray and Gary becoming a techie guru. No, I'm not.
Cool.
Yep.
You ready for the high five?
Yep. Let me zip down here to this. Gotta find it. All right. I'm ready.
Here we go.
Ready?
All right.
Yep. Good job, Rod.
All right. Good job, buddy. I will talk to you soon, and we'll see you Saturday.
Yep. Be careful in the snow.
Definitely.
And we get the Sunday night lined up. I'll get the event posted out there, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
All right. Good night, everybody. Good night, Rod. Thanks.
Hi, Gary. Have a good night.
Later. You too.